Greetings guys, this is Bants. Hope your Saturday is decent. I decided to go out and about and try a worm. You know, I was suspecting to not get many fights here, probably fighting other things like worms would be quite interesting. So I'm got a buffer fit, two missile launchers, and a newt here. This gentleman has a newt too, and he's active fit. He's actually really hurting himself running this newt at the moment. I don't really clock onto the newt really fast. I've checked to make sure if it's T1, T2, or faction. It's T2, so I want to orb out 7.5k. I should have maybe pulled that orb out a little further to like 8k or so. But it's actually not too much of a bad thing that he's new to me. He ends up taking it off me, seeing that it's hurting his cap, right? So I think he'd actually be quite easily able to tank me here. With the cap pressure of my newt and him running his newt, I'm able to like nuke through his reps here. He's getting my buffer actually quite low here, so this is still quite a close fight. I'm fairly confident I've got it at this point. No, I've got my newt on overheat just to keep the cap pressure up. He's slowly bleeding hull, and we take it. Okay, this is a really interesting fight I got yesterday against a Thrasher gang here. This is like an application Drake Navy with 2 guidance computers, 2 webs, and its hull tank. So I'm curious to see what particular fit these Thrashers had. They end up being arty, which I feel like's better for me. Had they all been autocannons and just rammed me, I think this would have been a much closer fight here. Let's see, this is close, but you'll see how well I apply here. I 2-shot them. I'm like, oh my god. It is so satisfying. And the good thing about it being hull tanked is they're working through my shield buffer, probably thinking this is going to be shield tanked. I'm like, okay boys, let's keep committed. They'll see my armor start to break too, and I'll be like, alright cool, let's stay boys. But you'll notice most of them are starting keeping range, which is smart with the arty, but we can still hit out to them and apply just so well, even without the dual webs. Getting something like a destroyer with a large sig, we just nuke them. I believe I'm using rage. Hams here too. Faction might have been a better call, but rage definitely worked in this situation. I'm just trying to keep my eye on which is close and which isn't. Thankfully I killed that Thrasher. I see pulls range my missiles. I'm going to them. I'm trying to get ones that are closer to me. I make some mistakes in this fight, I believe. I'm very bad at like this, just like watching targets like where they are and putting scram web on them. There's a kill that I miss out on just because I'm being bad. It is a bit difficult with like all this on grid just to manage all this stuff, but you'll see that these Thrashers are just like going down like that. Man, this is so satisfying. I'm half hull at this point, so it's still getting a 50-50 as to whether I'm going to lose my ship or not. I'll be happy at this point if I lose my ship because I've got a bunch of kills. You know, if they can kill me, that's the thing. At this point, I should have scrammed that Maryland, scrammed and webbed them. Probably put a newt on, like say the Atron or the Maryland just to kill its DPS. Make it cap dry. That was probably the worst mistake I made in this fight. Everyone else seemed to be okay. I did end up switching faction because I thought they were going to start pulling range or something. And it seems like we do apply better with faction actually now that I look at it there. That's like a 1500 volley as opposed to like about the 1000 we were getting previously. It might have been a bit of a different fit that particular gentleman was running. Well, yeah, now let's get the web and scrams on that Atron. The Atron's going nowhere. I've won this at this point. Thank you lads so much for that fight. That was so satisfying. It's so fun for me. I hope it was fun for you guys. Yeah, Jeff. Okay, this is a cracking little fight going against the Amar yesterday. I was in the Caracal. I believe we had a Wolf, Malediction, Osprey Navy, and a Comet our side against these cruisers. I'm in Caracal, you know, just trying to do Caracal things, keep out of range. They look like they were looking at primary me there, so I pulled off very most that Osprey Navy. So I was a bit scared of, because like Osprey Navy just tend to be quite fast, so I was scared that he was going to ram, scram, or point me probably, and then his gang would get on top of me. I think I should be faster than the Omen, not normally, I think, but with the implants we're running, we're still quite speedy. So I keep it chill. When I'm on reload, I usually pull out, and then come back in, and when cap gets low, I usually pull out again, just cut prop, regain my capacitor, and come back in. So yeah, like Dreaded. Oh, Dreaded's also an Osprey Navy. I have an Osprey Navy as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned this. Trinity and Interceptor. I believe Jay was in the Wolf. And we had, what's called, Fluch in the Comet. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. This is a very cool little fight we had here. Very nice. It's a shame we don't get more of this in low sec, man. It's been very rare for our group to get fights like this. That's why we're doing like more nullsec and stuff to get like those cool little small gang engagements. So only real conflict that's sort of happening around the area is just the Mimitar and Amar fighting around the Asset Floss area. There isn't really much more of that going. There's an occasional little small gang, or well, let's say like Spectre Fleet or something passing through the area, but it's sad. We need more entities and fleet clans, boys. If, I don't know, start your corps and like bring people here. Some like more fights like this are always appreciated. So yeah, we've pretty much won this at this point. The Omen ended up warping out, but we get tackled as Mauler, and it's pretty much just working down as Mauler because he is tanky. What's called the who is that? Totally not Gallon Salt. Sorry for killing you so many times today, bro. You might see him talking local. I had two fights against his comment and the worm, and then we kind of murdered his Algos there. But I like the attitude, mate. You know, it's pretty ballsy for him to just like fight his his little Algos there. But yeah, we slowly worked down his Mauler. You know, Mauler is just have an insane amount of tank for what they are. Probably some form of bait fit. And but yeah, GF2, I believe that was mostly Pi there. The more role player dudes, GF. And then we took a little roam through Goon Space, going through Thera. I was really dead, man. I think everyone was just like not keen because of all the local issues. No one was out in space, which for like a 10k player alliance is shocking, boys. You know, I'm kidding. But we spy these two signables that want to give us a fight here. I'm in a Jackdaw. We're in sort of like small stuff. I think we have like Kiki, AFs, these kind of things. Just trying to keep it light. I'm the slowest thing here, so it can be a bit of a worry. But I'm in like one of these weird damn Jackdaws, which are so nice to fly. You'll find that a lot of the stuff that I fly in the small gag, like can project out to 100k. It's like we've mentioned before, like my perception is out the goddamn window. So like, positioning isn't too much of an issue for me flying these ships, right? I just need to sort of keep myself either behind my gang or like around them, and then just make sure that I'm, you know, projecting. So I'm kind of flying kind of easier ships at the moment, right? Like I'm not flying, say, like something like, I don't know, something with like 30k range or something that I need to like actually orbit close for. So I think like the Cerebruses, Caracals, and this Jackdaw, super fun to fly for me. Super easy too, man. I don't know. Like we've mentioned before, I'm a bit therapy, but yeah, we end up killing both of these signables. This signable starts at MWD, and he is booking it, trying to escape our dudes. Calls for the malediction, scram the signable. He's ramming, trying to do so. I switch to faction missiles, which have like 115k of range. I'm like, alright, sweet. But he still starts to continue pulling out range. So I'm like, oh no, dot. So my missiles aren't gonna like keep up with him. So what we have to do is like activate propulsion mode just to approach. Hopefully our interceptor gets that scram, which he ends up doing so, which is fantastic. So that means that we can get a kill here. So not like too interesting little fight there. It's the only really thing we've got in Goon Space. I think we killed a Rat and Myrmidon too, but we didn't really get any fights that were really after here. Yeah, we're hoping this would have provoked a fight or something, but it's a bit later in the evening. It's like that weird sort of like Twilight Zone where it's like just no content for a bit, and then suddenly there's like after an hour or so, there's like just all the Americans. So yeah, that's all the content I really got for you boys, man. There wasn't really too much happening the past couple of days. It's been pretty quiet in Eve the past couple of days just because all the connection issues everyone's having, right? I had some connection issues. I was worried I was going to lose my hook bill, but you baby. But yeah, hopefully the connection issues resolve themselves and I can get more content and out for you guys tomorrow morning. There won't be a video up tonight. I'll get you one tomorrow though, hopefully. It's like 4 days and we're off for 2 weeks, boys. We're gonna go hard making these videos. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love holidays. So yes, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, your weekend. I'll get you a video up tomorrow evening. No promises though, because depending on like the fights I get and the content, it might be just nothing. But yes, okay. Enjoy the rest of your day, boys. I shall see you on the next one.